to introduce Team Technic, who's the robotics team that Hospitality Upgrade went ahead and sponsored this year. So this is Greg, this is Preston, Corbin, and Evan. We wanted to give you a little view of what the program is for the LEGO Robotics if you're not familiar with it. First LEGO, it's an international program that entices kids to learn more about robotics and presentations by participating and competing in these LEGO robotics competitions. Every year they choose a challenge and there's a theme. So this year the theme was about trash. It was called Trash Trek. And the kids have to utilize their coaches, get the help from mentors, and they'll research and solve a real-world problem based on the parameters of the program. So they take that research, they go ahead and they create a solution, and they have to find an interesting way to present it. And at the same time, they build a robot that has to complete maneuvers across a field using the best of their ability of what they've learned about robotics and what they learned throughout the season. And from there, they go on to compete. The boys are going to show you a little bit about that shortly. Robotics is a pretty big organization. There are four different age groups that they do. The first, they start off with kids age 6 to 9, and they have kind of a watered down introduction for them to do, appropriately called Junior First LEGO. Team Technic participated in First LEGO League for kids age 9 to 14. It's probably the largest group of age group that they have. They use a LEGO's Mindstorm. Greg, you want to pick it up and show them the LEGO's Mindstorm? So they use this as their base, and from that, hold it up high so the people in the back can see. They use this as a base, and they have to build onto it to create their robot according to how they see fit, but with some parameters that are set out by the league. Like it can only be so high, and it has to fit into a base and things like that. This past season, there were over 233,000 kids across the globe who participated in Trash Trek. There were 2,900 teams. There were over 300 teams in Georgia alone. Our team here did pretty well, so it's pretty competitive, but they're across 80 countries. Most of them are in the United States, but it is pretty big in other areas too. When kids age out of First LEGO League, they have two choices. They can do something called FTC, First Tech Challenge, or First Robotics Competition. FTC is one where they use a pre-constructed kit that looks like an oversized erector set that they have to build a robot, and it ends up being much larger than a bread box, but not a full-blown robot. But in FRC, they build them in machine shops, and they are built from scratch robots. So that's the next step that the high school age kids go into.
There are 4 components of the competition that we prepared for this season. We prepare for over 3 months before our first competition. First is the robot, which we design and program so it runs maneuvers on a playing field. But this is just part of what we do. At the competition, we have a technical presentation to a judge to show them our robot, how it runs, and explain how and why we built it to work the way it does. In core values, we have to demonstrate that we operate as a team, even under pressure. We complete a project based on the theme of Trash Trek. To do that, we had to research and innovate a solution to a real-world problem, and then find a creative way to present our idea.
We named our robot Tiva after our 2 family pets, Eva and Tux. And we designed our robot to run missions around the board. We built and designed different attachments, such as an arm or a lever. And in this video clip, we have an example of Tiva pulling a lever to release a box, which captures an attachment and pulls it back to base.
Oops. Did you get that?
Yeah, it is coming out a little bit where... Yeah.
In this next clip, we push a tray to activate a composter and release the compost disc. Then we carry a windshield and line up to drop it in a salvaged car. We use different sensors to get the robot where we want it to go.
Yeah, that's better. You just missed the trash bag. shit, come on. Oh, that is a fully successful run.
That one didn't work so well. All right.
We put all the programs together for a competition where we have 2.5 minutes to score as many points as we can. We have 3 matches, and we use the highest score out of those 3 matches. 2 team members work together to start each run. At our first qualifying competition, our robot was the 5th highest score out of the 30 teams. And on our second competition, our robot score was the 2nd highest out of all those 30 teams.
You can go ahead and start that one. I don't know if this one will.
This is Greg and I running the robot in the competition.
Nice shot, boys. I'm going to go ahead and stop it because it's jumping around, so it's okay. But you get the idea.
Core values is made up of 4 FLL designated categories for the purpose of promoting teamwork. At competition, we have to complete an activity that is totally unknown to us before the competition. Then we have a core values poster that we present to show our understanding of the values. This picture shows us competing core value in a core value activity in practice to help us prepare for a competition.
The project was a big part of our preparation because we spent a lot of time researching the problem and brainstorming possible solutions that would work with the theme. FLL required that our solution needs a new idea or product to find a new use for an existing product or an improvement to an existing product. For Trash Trek, we looked for ways to reduce, reuse, or recycle, but then we came up with an idea that would recover energy. We called this solution TIVA, which is a home-based waste to energy incinerator that would eliminate trash in landfills. Let us show you more about it by demonstrating our skit.
So they're going to perform for you the skit that they had to do in competition. And this is kind of nice because normally they do it behind closed doors and we don't always get to see them perform. So this is all of it in action.
Hey neighbor, don't you just hate garbage day?
Hey neighbor, no, I don't think it's that bad at all.
Where's the rest of your garbage?
Why would I have more garbage? Aren't you using a TIVA?
What's a TIVA?
A TIVA is a residential waste-to-energy system that burns trash that you cannot recycle or compost and turns it into energy that you can use to power your home.
Here's how TiVo works. You put your trash into the compactor to form a briquette. The briquette is fed into the incinerator. The incinerator heats water in a boiler, which is used throughout the house, while the steam feeds an engine, which creates mechanical movement, which creates energy. A smart switch decides if the energy is used in the house right away or if it's stored in the batteries for later use.
That's incredible. Do I put all my trash in TIVA?
You should still recycle and compost so that those resources are used most efficiently. But you also need to handle hazardous waste like electronics and this light bulb.
Wouldn't incineration pollute the air?
No, TIVA has a special filtering system to avoid that. Also, according to Energy Recovery Council, waste energy is a proven technology used globally to produce clean, renewable energy from solid waste.
Solid waste? You mean from a bathroom?
No, solid waste is trash that is normally sent to a landfill, not bathroom waste.
Did you know that there are 84 municipal waste-to-energy systems in the United States, that some countries like Sweden even import trash to burn?
Yes, countries like Sweden recycles 47% of their trash and then incinerates the rest. Only 1% of their garbage is sent to landfills versus 56% of garbage in the US. And since we produce the most garbage in the world, that's a lot of landfill trash. Yuck!
I thought landfills.
I thought landfills were regulated to keep them from contaminating the environment.
Yes, the landfills of today are far safer than they used to be, but there are still a number of issues wrong with them. For starters, landfills are way too tightly packed for most trash to biodegrade.
And as much as 50% of landfill space is taken up by paper, which could have been recycled.
Landfills create carbon monoxide, which is a greenhouse gas 21 times more potent than carbon dioxide. Oh, methane, I'm sorry. Landfills create methane, which is a greenhouse gas that is 21 times more potent than carbon dioxide. In fact, landfills are the third largest source of methane emissions in the United States.
Are there a lot of places?
Are there a lot of places that I can find a waste-to-energy appliance for my home?
No, TIVA is a first-generation waste energy system, which means that there are no other products on the market available like it. TIVA is modeled after the municipal plants today, but with features that make them more useful for your home.
Well, TIVA certainly sounds like a great solution. How much does one cost, and how do I get one installed?
The price for TIVA is $25,000. You can buy TIVA through companies that install other types of home systems like HVACs. You can also buy TIVA through home improvement stores.
$25,000? Wow, a basic solar energy system only costs $20,000.
Yes, but not only creating energy, you're also reducing landfill trash and creating other reusable products. Like the ash incinerator is a great fertilizer, and the hot water in the boiler for the house.
Our design mentor, Mr. Brian Manley, who is a product manager with electrical equipment company, said that TIVA will pay for itself in about 8 to 10 years. Plus, you won't be adding to landfills. Mr. Manley also said that the cost for TIVA would drop as production increased and the technology improves.
Yes, when we shared this idea with another engineer, Phil Martin, he said that the government often provides subsidies to encourage household purchases of renewable energy products. They did that for the Nissan Leaf.
Well, TIVA certainly sounds like, well, I'm convinced that this solution will help my house produce clean renewable energy and will also solve the problem of growing landfills. TIVA is the way to go. That concludes our presentation. Before we answer any questions, would you like to hear a team war cry that we created as a part of core values? Yeah. Forget sending landfills your trash.
Forget sending landfills your trash.
TIVA burns it in a flash.
TIVA burns it in a flash.
Making
Power.
Heat your
Shower.
TIVA,
TIVA, TIVA, burn.
Okay, so I got to tell you, when we watched this whole, I don't know, it was like 6 months or 4 months of from the beginning to putting it together, to building the robot, to practicing the skits, to learning, it was unbelievable. And we went to the regional competition with well over 30 teams competing just like they were. It was the coolest thing in the world. And I said to them, if they win, they're coming to the vendor summit. And needless to say, they won. And we're really proud of them. So they did a great job. Okay, we're gonna have to wrap it up. All right, so how about, thank you very much. Thank you for coming and spending your 15, 20 minutes with us. We appreciated it, and hopefully we'll see you again next year, okay? All right, how about one more thank you, all right? Good job, all right.